Hi, welcome to our new blog, pod,
channel,
cast,
studio,
whatever this is going to be. I'm Ben.
I'm Chris.
We are from RGB. We have just built our new Canon Pro Photo Studio.
It's looking good.
Yeah, it's been a bit of a labour of lockdown love for something to do a lot of videoing, vlogging, podcasting, blogging, this sort of thing, where we talk to you about Canon printers and what they do, how they work, profiling, colour calibration, installation, setup, troubleshooting, different types of media, loading.
As much as we can, really, I think, as what we can get into it, or what we can plan for the next sort of months if we're going to be in lockdown. We're hopefully going to give you enough to entertain yourselves and learn some tips along the way, and hopefully some freebies and competitions.
Yeah, we're going to have a bit of fun with it, and we hope you'll be along for the ride. Yeah. We've done this primarily because we think things like exhibitions, shows, events are all going to be a lot harder to attend, certainly for the foreseeable future. We thought this a little while ago, so this has been a long time coming for us, but we thought, well, why not? So we put in the very latest Canon Pro 12 colour machines. We've got the flagship 6100, which we showed you briefly in our sort of explanation video of this new setup. We've got the baby brother, the 4100. We did have the 2100. We had a customer that needed one desperately, so we whizzed it out of here and dropped it off at them. So we need to order a new one of those. So we'll have the full suite from the 24, the 44 and the 60-inch, all 12 colour. Some that are dual roll, some that are single roll, so we can show you the way that works, the new artificial intelligence, the new touch screens, which are more like iPhones than the old
button push
ones, which are really good. And we're going to do some live demos, some live streaming, some live printing, some anything around printing using the Canon 12 colour Pro photographic machines from
everything Pro.
Yeah, essentially from capture to output. So we're hoping that this will be a useful resource for our customers, both past, present and future. So what do we aim to achieve? What do we want from this? I think was one of the things we asked ourselves, and really it's kind of like informational stroke, useful hints and tips and tricks.
Yeah, and I think what we realised is that there's a lot of information sources regarding photographic printers, but there's no core area that you can get information on the large format photographic printers. And I think what we've realised over the last few years, certainly for myself, is that it's spread out. So it's spread out across numerous YouTube channels, numerous manufacturers, and we found that it's quite hard to get a good data source for educational, informational, quick tips on the Canon imagePROGRAF Pro range. So I think that's why we came up with it. I think it's been mixed in with COVID, to be honest. But I think, for me, what I think we need to achieve from this is more awareness. That's what I aim to achieve.
Absolutely. Just how good we've been championing this brand for many years now, which is why we chose to start with Canon, because it's one of our oldest kind of partners, if you like. It's kind of when we started this.
How long ago was that?
2005 we were established, so 15 years ago. Yeah, so we've been selling Canon from the very first machines, from if any of you have been doing this as long as I have now, the W7250 through the first W6200s and the W6400s. It's going back a long way. And then the first 12 colour revelation with the with the IPF 6100, which was like in the 8000, 9000 series, which weren't without their challenges, but they were a blooming good machine. and the whole evolution to the new Pro series, which is what we've got in here, with the stiffened chassis and the more accurate print and the reduction in physical size as well, which is why in a relatively small space we've managed to fit in the 21, the 41 and the 6100. So it shows you what you can achieve if you were to set up a small print studio of your own. So that's kind of the whole reason behind this new kind of lockdown tutorial video sort of thing. We're going to try and cover as much as we can. Things that will hopefully save you time, things you didn't know about, things that you did but you might not be doing right. We're going to have a bit of a Q&A thing on the go, so you can send us your questions and we'll try and reproduce the issues or the problems here, or how to get over the issues or the problems. We're going to be doing some profiling. We've got i1, we've got lots of different medias. We've got the ISO, so we've got a colour calibrated monitor. We're using Macs and PCs. We've got poster-jet ripping software. We'll probably look at Mirage as well.
Digital SLRs, so we've got the Canons. We've got the iPhones as well.
We're going to do straightforward.
So 11, 12, hopefully when it comes out in a couple of weeks.
We're going to do capture to output from everything from Canon Pro cameras to just the latest smartphone technology, and the latest cameras are on those are surprising what you can achieve sending a print straight from a phone to a printer. So there's going to be lots of did-you-knows, and we hope to broaden this whole channel out to include our other favoured manufacturers like Roland and Epson.
Definitely.
But we have to start somewhere, so this is what we started with. So there's going to be a little bit of I said live stuff going on. This is new for both Chris and I.
That'll be quite exciting.
It's going to be a challenge.
First live show.
That's it.
Interesting.
I'm sure some things will go wrong. And then we're going to have, we hope, some guests in, some VIPs from customers to suppliers to manufacturers. We're going to have photographers and artists, business owners, media specialists from all the well-known brands. And we're going to do a little Q&A with some of those, so you can, again, get your questions in a bit earlier and sort of go from there, really. We're hoping to cover some sort of industry news from fine art photographic side of the business, which is probably where we've been strongest for a long time, and then get on to things like sign and display and print production in the future, as we turn the kit over and play and see what you need to do to get more from more bang for your buck, more print from your printers.
And I think it's going to really be a benefit, because obviously Ben's been in the industry for a long time. I've been in the print industry since 2014, only recently going into photography and fine art. But it's going to be really useful for you as a viewer to get the information that perhaps you wouldn't normally get from a semi-pro or an amateur, because obviously we're in the industry, we sell into the industry, and we're connected to the manufacturers. So the information that you're going to get is a reliable source from the engineers, from the companies, and from experience that we've gained from installing printers, setting up printers, and also our training methods that we use, obviously, to printers, photographers, fine art printers. So it's gonna help you out, whichever you are, whether you're a beginner, I think.
Absolutely. Whether you're new into it, think you're getting into it, you should be able to watch one of this.
Free, basically.
Absolutely. The cost savings that can be had by using different, bigger size ink cartridges and things like that. So we're going to do cost comparisons. We're going to do cost savings, looking at what it actually costs to produce prints sort of live. So we're going to do a print, and then we can see how many millilitres of ink have been used, the type of paper it's printed on, the cost of that paper.
Even the amount, maybe even the amount of electricity we're using. If you calculate the wattage.
Absolutely. And the Canons are AA star rated, I think, when they're in sleep mode. They use.
I think that's one of the biggest, most common questions is, how much is it going to cost me to print this print?
Absolutely.
And I think it's always very difficult, because you have to know what you're printing and how much ink you're using, and also the profile you're using. So I think that's going to be one of the first videos that we'll do one of them.
I think a costing exercise would be initially if you're doing a satin poster, an A2 satin poster. What's this A2 satin poster cost me? And that's going to be really what we're diving into here is kind of the 200 gram satin versus a 300 gram pearlescent paper luster effect. The amount of ink that's gone down, the profile that we've used, why we chose that profile, how the generic profiles on the existing printers are very, very good. And you get incredibly accurate results, but how using a bespoke profile, which again we're hopefully going to show you how to create, that will be then downloadable for our papers and other manufacturers' papers. So we'll have bespoke profiles for the Pro series range of printers, and that will how to get the best or the I don't like the term quality, but essentially the best quality you can from certainly the best image using the least amount of inks. You get the right amount of density. Things like what the Chroma Optimizer does, because again, it's only the Chroma Optimizer on the new Pro series is only used in certain circumstances. So what that actually does, how that
and I think
works.
how it benefits you as a photographer or someone that owns a fine art gallery. Why are these things, these code names that sometimes you think, what's Chroma Optimizer? Well, it does this, that, it optimizes your prints with the light reflecting off it. That's the basic way to do it.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's more complex than that. But there are things that you may see the feature list, but sometimes you never know actually why they're there and why they benefit you as a customer if you're buying a Canon Pro printer. So we hopefully go through these and go through each one and help you out and see why they're better than perhaps the Epsons or the HPs, why they're better printers than the others.
Yeah, we're hoping to run into some comparisons, some speed comparisons, and we've done a lot of this over the years anyway in terms of speed comparisons, processing comparisons, and that's where we're going to bring in rips like PosterJet, good friends of ours in Germany, and how using a RIP can save you time, money, and cost in production speeds. This copy of PosterJet we've just bought a new laptop to run it off, so it's going to be nothing particularly special.
Timesavers, isn't it?
Yeah,
shortcuts.
And just to see how it works. There's no really expensive equipment. The RIP's expensive, but it will drive all three of these printers in this room at the same time. And that's really what we're going to be getting to grips with here is when you need to start considering things like RIPs for color accuracy and control production speeds, hot folders, nesting, tiling, how to produce wallpaper. And even though these printers are produced sort of aimed, their target market is fine art photographic, they're very capable of doing things like short-term outdoor banner materials, roll-ups and pop-ups, and not just your traditional fine art prints.
People sometimes forget that they can be used for what a solvent printer is sometimes used for. You can actually use them. People are surprised when I sometimes say, well, you don't need a solvent printer to print a banner. Short-term outdoor stuff. It can be laminated.
We've done
specialist coated materials.
The sign on our door at the office, which is just a simple photographic print. So all it is the RGB logo on photo paper, mounted behind, reverse mounted behind a piece of acrylic. That's been up for 10 years. That was printed on a water-based printer.
And
it sees sunlight every day of its life. It gets rain, not quite every day of its life, but we certainly had a nice spring this year. But certainly every winter it gets very wet, and it's still good, which is impressive. And we're going to be doing some banners and running our own real-life tests here. Printing something off, running it under a tap. Taking it outside, putting the hose on it, see what it does.
Borderless, the complications of setting up for borderless. People often ask about that. There's so many different things that we can be looking into and answering those questions that people sometimes struggle to find, I think.
Yeah, absolutely. So we're going to need to come up with a way for them to ask questions, whether that's emailing us in the comments,
or emailing us, or
emailing sales@rgbuk.com. We might set up a new one for YouTube specifically for questions and answers.
And if you've got ideas about videos that you want to see specifically about the Canon Pro range, then just let us know. Put some comments in, ask us, and we'll put them forward maybe in the list of videos that we do in the future. We'll always look at things that maybe we've not covered before.
Absolutely, and we don't know we've been doing it long enough, and we certainly have had a lot of questions over the years from people on how-tos. So there's going to be a lot of how-tos and a lot of did you knows, and I think that's the other way, is kind of did you know what these printers can do, what their capabilities are, how the dual roll works as a take-up and as a second media source, the auto switching,
the auto sensing for the media, the thickness,
AI,
the length. That's all new stuff that's been introduced.
So
as technology advances,
we're going to get used to some of this ourselves, because some of it's brand new. We haven't had a chance to play with yet. Which is why we've left one of the printers, and we're going to install it, if you like, here and take you through the setup of the printer, even though we've already built it and unboxed it. It'll be the setup and commissioning of, running the calibrations, and we'll go through all of the calibrations you can do on the printers. So lots and lots to cover. We're hoping you're going to join us regularly for our blog, podcast, channel, YouTube channel, whatever this is.
We're still getting used to the lingo because we're kind of over 40, so
Yeah,
we'll ask the kids what we're supposed to call that.
It's new for all of us. We'll have to come up with our own name, maybe.
But don't forget to subscribe. I always see that at the end of the channel, end of the video. So don't forget to subscribe.
Subscribe for more. These will be going out on our e-shots and as regularly as possible.
Have a look at our other videos, and
we're looking forward to taking you along with us on this Canon Professional Print Pro imagePROGRAF journey. So until the next time.
Brilliant. Take care.